is the Waking the Red Weekly 2022 MLS Kit Roundup.
So welcome to a special super duper episode of Vocal Minority of Waking the Red Weekly.
I think you need to start that one all over. Honestly, Jeff,
no, I'm keeping it. Welcome to a special,
and I appreciate that. Welcome to
Yeah.
Waking the Red. I'm your host, Jeff Nesbitt, and
and today we are going to do something different. We are going to do a solo jaunt. Just Mark Hinckley of the Vocal Minority or Waking the Red, depending on which one you mess up. We're going to go through this year's crop of MLS 2020 kits brought to you by the beautiful people at Adidas.
2022 kits. You did
2020.
not go into a time warp. You said 20.
Did I say 2020? Because I'm stuck in 2020. I don't believe
Honestly,
it's 2022.
it seems like
I've
such
done
a
it.
magical time.
I've done it like 16 times.
Remember,
and honestly,
remember in 2020 this year, like 2020 at this time this year, we weren't worried about dying. Such a magical time.
I kind of flash to that when I'm happy. I flash back to when I wasn't worried about perpetually dying.
Agreed.
Marcus, of course, is wearing a kit today. I am wearing a summer weight scarf, and let me explain myself. I threw out my back, so if I throw a kit on, it's going to smell like Vicks Vapor Rub in perpetuity because I have all of the icy hot on right now. So it's just not happening. You're just going to have to imagine that I'm wearing a kit, which will be fine. Anyway, let's start with just overall thoughts. I know, Marcus, that this is the third year that we've done this, and I know that you were pretty enthused about this year's crop, and I wasn't. So please explain yourself.
Okay, so like part of the thing with MLS, if for those of you who aren't aware of it, is that every team must have a dark kit and every team must have a light kit, and light kits could be obviously white, gray, yellow, and what have you, and dark kits just tend to just be black and blackish, dark navy.
Mm-hmm.
So after last year, I feel like there was almost a dozen white or light kits, and just with zero separating them. It was kind of hopeful just to get to see some of the home kits that were going to be released, and that would obviously lead to more color variation. So sure. Also too, I feel like after the 25th anniversary shoulder stripe dealie that they did, we're finally purging ourselves of that
trend.
I was going to say good idea on paper, and now we can get back to our regularly scheduled kits, at least design wise. So there had to be good coming out of this. So and I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. It's been pretty decent.
Interesting. This is I've had a few days to think about it. Obviously, we dropped our two-parter, and by the way, it's a lot more legible in two parts. We're going to do that moving forward. So much better.
In 3 seasons, it's going to be 6 parts because they're going to add so many teams. So.
Yeah, we're not going to
Stay tuned.
But listen, the more I get into kits, the more it pisses me off that Adidas gets all of the MLS kits, right? And I just can't see past it, because the more I get into kits, the more I notice how lazy Adidas is across the board, how often they recycle bits and bobs from kits that are generally in their upper echelon, so the European clubs that they really give a crap about, as opposed to MLS. And then you look at Macron, what they're doing for the CPL, right? And they have an exclusive contract, but unlike Adidas, they actually give a crap, and they're using this exclusive contract to kind of do these bespoke designs, even though we're going to complain about them because that's what we do. But they're sort of pushing the envelope, and I find that Adidas is just lazy rehashes now. And I realize how contrary that sounds from somebody that's willing to drop hundreds of dollars on any Arsenal reissue that looks like a kit that they made in the 90s. I realize that I'm an asshole right now. But
no, you know what? No, to be perfectly fair is that I feel like those who look at kits and admire them and collect them and want to talk about them, nostalgia is a huge part of it. A reissue, I'm clamoring for a 91 Man United away.
I'm aware.
So hard. And they had one, and it was sold out before it hit the market. So I was like,
yeah,
all right, do it again. Like, I'm ready
Yeah.
now. And that's fine. I feel like too, if Adidas wants to kind of just cash in silly, why don't we just take some of those old classic ideas and just kind of slot them in here? I mean,
100%.
I wouldn't be upset at seeing like the real, not the bullshit that we had for the anniversary, but the real thick stripes that you saw on Liverpool, Marseille, like a lot of like Munich had them too. Like everybody had these giant stripes. You know what? You don't even have to make them official kits, guys. Just make a bunch for the fans.
Oh, I would want them to be official. Like when Arsenal does it without the corporate logo, and then they want 35 quid for it. It just makes no sense. But
the thing is, those kits were kind of, that style was arguably banned by FIFA, UEFA, because it was such an obvious, that is way big of an advertisement. But the thing is that if it's not an official kit, I'm a nostalgia freak. I would be literally hucking money. Like with some of the patterns, I would be like, with the color palettes that are available in this league, I would want the Seattle one with the green, with the 3 blue stripes. I would want the
very fair,
the red with the, I don't even care if it's white, gray, or onyx. So
very fair.
Just take my money, because that would just mesh the two things I love.
And I think I just got why you always talk about the MLS color palettes, because they are bonkers in world football, quite a few of them. And therefore Adidas has an opportunity to go mental, and they never do.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
So without further ado, let's get into it right here. Let's start off, we're going to go alphabetical. Let's start off with the this Forest kit from Atlanta United. You gave it a D, and you said they're leaving money on the table, and I think I need you to expand on that position.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're leaving money on the table because they teased the whole peach thing with, I'm not sure if it was their second away kit or their first away kit. I think it was their second one.
Well, they get third kits, unlike everybody else.
They get third kits because they sell so many first and second kits.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, and I'm not even mad at that. But the thing is that if to have a kit and call it like the Georgia kit, we're gonna really embrace the peach, and all it is just ever so gently peach trim. No, you want a peach. If somebody says to you, I have a peach pie, and there's literally one slice of peach in the damn thing, is it a peach pie? No. So if you're gonna give me a peach kit, that damn thing better be like orangey pinkish.
Yeah, I feel you.
Green. So like, I feel like if they're looking for that thing that's going to capture the imagination, because I mean, let's be honest, you don't put all this work into explainers and infographics, and just bullshit doublespeak. You wouldn't have to do it if it was just so on the nose. None of these things are ever on the nose. It's let's take this pattern that either somebody did and it got discarded, so we're recycling it, something we did use and we're recycling it, or whatever, and just, okay, now let's try and take this ridiculous thing that we found and shoehorn in explainers with lines and quick little quotes on how it's supposed to be about the community.
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely.
No, like, just over the plate. Don't make me think about why this is.
You know what jokes don't work
right there.
Yeah, the jokes that don't work are the ones that you have to explain to someone that never laughed at it. And this is just I mean, I said it in my review. I've been to Atlanta. I don't remember forests. I remember concrete and the Coca-Cola Museum. That being said, I'm a big fan of this kit because, the Adidas badge is green to match the green. There's a monochromatic Atlanta United badge, which is interesting. The basic pattern I've seen before. I know I've seen it before. I can't narrow down where I've seen it before, but I've seen it before.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it ain't bad. It compared to everything else. And listen, we may not talk about this because it's damned embarrassing, but the collar between the authentic and the replica isn't missing a colored stripe or anything ridiculous like that. So in the grand scheme of things, you're getting your money's worth with this kit over and above quite a few other ones if you were to opt for the replica. So I dig it. I mean, I don't know if there's much more to say about that because it's Atlanta. They're going to sell a whole bunch of jerseys and so be it. Let's move on to the Austin FC Mento kit because of course it has to be a vague portmanteau of English and Spanish for the Austin market. I gave this kit a D. And I got some flack from Mitchell Tierney at Waking the Red because he thinks this kit is straight fire. I think he just thinks it's straight fire because he likes the shirt sponsor, because it's a very nice shirt sponsor. I mean, in the grand scheme of shirt sponsors, that's glorious. Big, thick sans serif fonts just hanging out in the middle of the chest. Doesn't say bimbo or anything questionable. You know what I mean? You're a Yeti. That's powerful. I like it. But it's also a training top. Like, let's be honest, it's monochromatic.
Mm-hmm.
The cuffs don't go all the way around the sleeves, which I find incredibly annoying. The black V-neck and the black shoulder stripes are kind of played out. I mean, and the name itself is hipster garbage, so I can't get past that.
Yeah. I mean, like this comes back to what I keep whenever I'm grading these things. It's like, if this isn't for, like, if you're a fan of Austin FC, why? But also too, okay, you're probably interested in it just because it's your side. That's fine. That's okay. As somebody who regularly looks at, bookmarks, tracks kits from all over the bloody planet because I have a problem, I look at this and go, nothing about this is worth me spending my money full price for this snooze.
Absolutely.
And if you want me to be at least, intrigued by this and like, oh, you know what, maybe you got to do more than just slap a thecolor on it and call it done. Because that's what some of these kits end up feeling like.
It is.
And you don't have to do a lot to make it good, but
you don't.
Not doing anything is not
makes it bad. Exactly. So moving on. The first of our Arsenal reissues, the CF Montreal Secondaire kit, which again is hipster garbage, using a French word. You know what? Fine. I'm not going to get in trouble with entire French Canada. It's not hipster garbage. It's just a little bit arch. Let's put it that way. On paper, I like this kit for obvious reasons. It's, I preferred it in its original Arsenal, but I do like it because unlike the Arsenal kit that it copies, it's got the crossover collar from the 2019 style Arsenal home kit. So it's kind of a mishmash of the 2019 that I love and the 2020. Was it the third kit, the Patrick Bateman Marble Arches kit? I think it was. However, if you watch Montreal playing it over the weekend, this is an entirely different material than that Arsenal kit that it's aping. This is billowy in all the wrong ways, transparent and a sweat magnet in all the wrong ways. I mean, if you saw Wanyama in his, it looked like he was wearing a muumuu by the second half. It was just not a good look.
Funny.
So that's my opinion. I gave it a B plus. I gave it a B. You gave it a B plus. Yeah. I think I might want to lower it a grade just because of how badly it looks when it dances. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who are unaware, I despise Arsenal, but I love Arsenal kits. I love Arsenal kits. This is I'm at peace with this because I've nearly bought a few over the years.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
And like, I mean, Puma did him dirty, but that's not.
Yeah, no, absolutely fair.
The Arsenal version of this marble pattern was phenomenal.
Tremendous.
I don't even care what it was inspired by, and I understood what it was inspired by, but it didn't matter. It looked fantastic.
Tremendous.
So let's Montreal. Let's do this, and we'll just switch that dark red for your crappy ass blue, and they did it, and it looks great. Like Montreal's colors are terrible, and I'm not saying this because I'm a TFC fan or I hate Montreal or whatever.
Yeah,
they're terrible. That blue is awful. Black and white. How many clubs are black, white, and another color? There's too many.
True.
Why you thought should just double down on black and white and have other colors trim was a mistake. But that's so. I think this might be, and I believe I've said this in so many words. It might be one of the best kits that they'll ever have because you can't do much with this palette. So well done to them. I really think they should be very happy. Supporters should be happy. Montreal should be happy. The league should be happy.
Yep. And that's all we'll say on that. All right. The Charlotte Carolina home kit, which I cannot stand because I love it. And it's an Arsenal kit.
It's blue. Arsenal. It's the other Arsenal.
It's the Arsenal. I mean, there is nothing about this that isn't that Arsenal 2019 kit, save for the fact that it doesn't have an Emirates sponsor and it's in blue. You know, if MLS was to call me tomorrow and say, Jeff, we're going to give you one free kit, which one do you want from this crop? I think it would probably be this one. I have to say it. I think it would.
That's a winner.
And it's not even my favorite, but I'm just saying, if I was given the opportunity, I don't think I'd be able to turn this one down. I think I'd be knee jerk. I'd be like, yeah, for sure. Give me the Portland. And then I'd obsess all night and I'd write them back and be annoying and say, you know what, actually give me the Charlotte home because it's the safe choice. And I would wear it with just about everything. I love it. It's a shame because, you know, I gave it an A, you gave it an A. Let's move on to the other Charlotte kit. The only team that this year got 2. And this is my problem when you view them as a set. Arsenal's home kit Arsenal. Charlotte's home kit is the 2019 Arsenal home strike.
You're not wrong.
Charlotte's away kit is a flip on LAFC's away kit from last year. Adidas did Charlotte really dirty here. There is nothing original about anything in their inaugural launch. I can understand the necessity to throw something out for their home kit, but they had a bit more runway on this away kit. So I think this is criminal that we get a black shirt with that huge Ally shirt sponsor, whatever the hell's going on, whatever leftover Houston Dynamo material they used for the cuffs and the collar, and then just call it done. I'm sorry, guys. That's not going to do it. And then you call it newly minted, which I get, but there's no mint in the kit in a year where you have two other mint kits. Well, but you have 2 other mint kits in variations of different gobbledygook double talk / portmanteau language. And then you get this one, the newly minted kit. It looks like a Parley jersey. It looks like a Parley jersey. And it looks like a bad Parley jersey. I don't like it.
I mean, that's calling it a Parley jersey would be an upgrade. I feel like when clubs in MLS get that first kit, like, to me, it's like you got to lower the bar. You got to temper expectations because quite often they're not good. They're just simply not good.
No.
And to be fair, like, I feel like when Toronto FC got their very first kit, I do not like it. I will never like it. I have no nostalgia for it. Everything about it's bad.
It's an ill-fitting kit.
other teams have, like, since then, I mean, granted, Adidas's designs have gotten much better, and it's a lot easier for them to say churn out something, you know, simple and over the plate. The home kit for this is one of those right over the plate.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
You couldn't have done it for the away one as well. You just couldn't.
No.
It was impossible. You couldn't do anything slightly interesting with this.
Weak sauce.
And again, like, I don't know if I was a supporter of Charlotte and I'm thinking, do I buy both kits? No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't. No. There's no way this is worth full price in any
no.
sense.
No, it's like the Forge kits. You buy the orange one, and that gray one you never touch unless it's in a clearance rack somewhere, right? Like,
Which
really
is exactly how I got mine.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is that with like, it's just so, why go through the effort of picking a color and doing the collar and doing the cuffs at all when everything else was just such an afterthought? I don't understand why this exists.
Yeah. It really is leftover material that they decided to throw together. Points for the badge, monochromatic, but I'm taking them away because the kit is such crap. Chicago Fire, the water tower kit. Now, this is the first one of these with, I'm going to call it sublimated details. Is that right? Is that correct? Like, somewhere in the material, there's an extra layer of shiny that is supposed to denote some kind of graphic value.
Yeah. Like, it's just, the base fabric has that just kind of imprinted in it. So.
Yeah. Like just a secret layer that like creates different sheen and stuff. They're not photographed very well because if you've seen them live, there's a lot more to this sheen. But they're also very, very sheer kits. I mean, this circles back to this Montreal kit. I don't know what material this is, but I don't like it. It's very threadbare. It's very thin. It sort of pools in all the wrong places. The kit itself, I mean, I know you like the new badge. It feels Cubbies to me. It feels very Cubbies to me. I don't see a water tower on this kit, even though they call it that. It just looks like chevrons, which makes me mad that it's not a Hummel kit, to be completely honest. And
don't get me started for a Hummel kit.
But you know, that collar is really nice. I'm a sucker for a crossover collar. Let's be honest, it's a very, very nice collar. The shade of red is a nice shade of red, and the shade of blue is a nice shade of blue. So I can't hate it. It's the star is gorgeous. The red Adidas badge is gorgeous. The material sucks. I don't understand the sublimated printing. It's not worth $200, but I mean that goes for pretty much the run of kits here. And I don't like how it dances. What did I give it? I gave it a C. You gave it a B plus. So you obviously liked it more than I did.
Yes.
You say meaning and identity. You think this has some meaning and identity?
I mean, I feel like when we again, it goes back to all the, you know, the marketing doublespeak that gets tagged on with these things. They try to get some random symbol and have it imply meaning of, you know, these communities, these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
The pattern on there is representative of an actual physical building that exists in Chicago that people in Chicago know about. That's all it has to be, guys. That's all it has to be. It doesn't have to like, well, what about the people on the South Side? It's like, we can make a shirt for them next year.
Yep.
Like, this is just something iconic that belongs to Chicago. And and like the other thing too is like, I feel a lot of it. The
Adventures in Babysitting kit, the John Hughes kit,
complete with Thor helmet. So I want to see anything better that didn't have that Abomination logo and everything that came with it. And this is a lot more plainer than I was expecting it to be, but it's still very nice. I agree. It really, I feel like it's, without of course being somebody from Chicago, I feel that this would represent somebody who wants a kit to represent the city of the club that they like more so than the dinner plate with the reflective fire. Yeah. Like that's like, this is you've already done better by improving the badge, and you've just kind of slightly made it a little bit better with this entire ensemble. So I'm very happy.
I agree. So, and then look at that. Right next to it is the Colorado Rapids kit, which is essentially the same kit in red. I mean, you've got the same color, got the same material, got the same sublimated printing, you've got the same cuff treatment, you've got the same collar treatment. It's a shame that alphabetically they have to come one after the other, because it really does put into sharp relief some of the laziness here. However, this colorway is absolutely insanely gorgeous. It just is. I don't know exactly what shade of like off-white mint we've got going on the collar and the stripes and the Adidas badge and the Colorado badge, but it just works. The sublimated printing is a big problem though. It looks like sweat stains or salt stains or some kind of badness, and I can't get past that. I know it's supposed to be, what is it supposed to be? Mountain peaks?
Yeah.
Is that like it really?
The mountain face, yeah. And
okay.
And the thing is that, and you know, if you've ever stared at a Canadian flag longer than 10 seconds.
Do you see a sailboat?
No, but I see I see like the top part of the maple leaf.
Oh yeah, so do I. Yeah, I do too. Oh yeah,
and I can't stop looking at that and seeing it, thinking that in my head. And to me, that's the problem with that is that why did I think that was a maple leaf turned sideways for a team that's literally named after, you know, rivers that run through goddamn mountains? And
you're right.
And it's like I don't know what making a mountain look more like a mountain looks like, but that ain't it, homie.
That ain't it. No.
So what I kind of feel like what could have really set it apart is taking that light blue that's in there, that's in that badge, that's on the collar, that's on the
yeah,
and just pinstripe the living crap out of the peaks, make them like snow caps. And you would have had.
I don't think the technology exists. I think we're seeing the limits of this sublimated fabric technology, and it is it is this, but yeah,
you may very well be right, but to me, it's like you were so close. You were so close.
You're so close,
and like you were just on the cusp of art, like that. It's that good. It's that close.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you were just there.
Part of the only thing that keeps me really that gives it an A plus or even an A is that my eyes tell me that that's the Canadian Maple Leaf sideways.
Yeah, I mean, I love this kit. I think
it's still beautiful.
It's a beautiful kit. Here's not a beautiful kit. The Columbus Crew kit. It is just awful. You know, I know that the All for One kit, the TFC kit, has the same sort of half sleeve cuffs, and they're annoying, and I don't like them. And certainly some of the ways that these kits are photographed, it shows just how bad they can look, because they give the kit a kind of off weight feel. You know what I mean? Like an unfinished kind of look. Just finish the cuffs, man. What's the problem? Just finish the damn cuffs. I hate that color. I hate it. And we've all seen the infographic. This kit up close is amazing. I mean, if you look at the detail, you know, they've got honeysuckle patterns and stuff, but who cares? You're not going to see it on television. And unless you get uncomfortably close to somebody wearing one, you're never going to see those details. So it's like a little secret that no one cares about. And you paid $200 for it. You know what I mean? I hate that badge. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. It is so uneven, and then you put it on a kit with unfinished cuffs, the whole thing looks like it's teetering. It's like a seesaw just teetering endlessly in the ether. I can't stand it. I hate the sleeve sponsor. I hate everything about it. I didn't give it an F. I gave it a C plus, which I think is fair. No, I gave it a D. You gave it a C plus.
Yeah, I gave it.
And I don't know why, because you're talking about checkers. That's the isometric cubes that you need opera glasses to see, right? Or you need to like to
be. I mean, you touched on a lot of it. I feel like details that have to be zeroed in on are a waste.
Absolutely.
And it's the same with details that need an explainer. Why?
Exactly.
Why can't it just be because it looks neat? Move on. Like, why can't it just be that? We have to, like, you know, like the joke I put out about the much heralded box industry of Columbus, because, you know, they're famous for boxes. I don't understand. Yeah. Like, it's great that you put them on there, but if I can't see them in the promo photo that you sent out to everybody,
what's the point?
What's the point, guys? Why did you do this? And I mean, yellow's not going to be your friend in general for stuff like that. So I kind of understand that. But again, I don't know. It's just a lot. Like, I keep going.
It's a big mess.
You've touched on a lot of it with like this badge versus the previous badge, which was the best badge in the league, and now it's gone. So here we are, Columbus trying to find what it's supposed to be. To look like
100%. This DC United kit, have they settled on a shirt sponsor yet, or is it still sponsorless?
They have some cryptocurrency. I'm not sure if it's a broker or whatever. It's got 4 letters. It's got an X in it, so it's extreme to the max. But it's a flat white sponsor, if that's of any consequence. At least it doesn't do anything too stupid to the kit in itself. Yeah,
because without a sponsor, this thing is screaming amazing. Like, just screaming amazing. It's hot fire. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, the black versus the sort of matte black versus glossy black stripes, home run. That red around the collar, home run. The hue. I mean, that DC United badge and its 4 stars has got to be a troll, because it's at least 50% bigger than any other badge on any kit in MLS. Like, it does. It's
maybe whoever rendered
ginormous.
Whoever rendered these shirts
is a DC United fan.
15%.
Exactly.
More. Just a little
exactly. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is gorgeous. I don't hate the unfinished cuffs here, and I generally do, but because of that splash of red, give it.
There's not too much I'd be changing on this. It's a great kit.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, it takes some effort to screw this up. They've got a sweet colorway. That badge is glorious. It's a wonderful, wonderful kit. It kind of reminds me of my favorite of last year's, the LA Galaxy away kit, because of the stripies, except that kit was bonkers. This is really, really classy. But it has the same sort of feel. And this is a gorgeous kit. I mean, this is something that if I got in a mystery box, I would not be mad at all. You know what I mean? If it had the Crypto Brothers sponsor on it, I may take a scouring pad and try and get it off there and ruin the kit. But now here comes one of your favorites. I don't want to spoil too much about it when we do a wrap up later, but you're a big fan of this kit. This FC Cincinnati Juncta Juvent kit, which makes no sense. I have no idea. Is that a restaurant in Cincinnati, or
it's Latin for bullshit? Like, who cares? Oh, guys, again, why are we labeling it's just shirt? It's now introducing the 2022 home kit. Is it that hard to put those words together? Put the word home in front of the word kit. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but like you said, you think they came within a thread of perfect here. You gave it an A+.
Yes,
that is wild.
Yeah, I what I like about it is that I would never, ever, ever, never have chosen silver as a trim, like shiny metallic silver. And if you sold it to me just on paper, I would have been like, "You're insane! Just go with the white." The white would have been amazing. The silver looks incredible, like on the stripes.
Yeah,
it looks spot on. Like, it just works for me. It really, like, it just screams different. It's not just, hey, remember that Dutch kit we did 20 years ago? Well, here's a rehash. Like, it's this looks like it belongs to Cincinnati and not from somebody else. The little waves that circle the sea, that's from the Civic flag. That's a great use of it. They didn't put it all over the shirt. They just put it so that it cradles the badge.
Upper, yeah.
And the only drawback I had was I kind of would have went with a white sponsor instead of the silvery bit, because the silvers to me is very accent, and putting it there is now at the foreground. It's prominent. So
these are going to create enormous hot spots when the camera shoots them in the summertime and the sun is reflecting off the silver. I will say this. This is the same material as the Columbus and the Colorado. No, sorry, the other two ones with the sublimated printing. The whoever, it's only been like 2 minutes, but but it's got a crew neck.
These to go. Come on,
it's got a crew neck collar, which is kind of shit hot. Ooh, I swore it. So we're gonna have to put in mature audiences, but. Yeah, I mean, this is like a mashup. So I'm worried about how the crew neck is going to fit with that billowy fabric, because we've already noted that it's quite billowy and the crew neck is quite tight. So this might be a kit that you have to dry clean only, or it's just going to lose all of its shape. That is my fear. That being said, you gave it an A+, I gave it an A. That's awesome. Moving on to our opponent in a 1-1 draw over the weekend, at the weekend, is this absolute abomination from FC Dallas. I cannot stand it. It is horrific. What is going on here? Give me a hoop that isn't like a pseudo Argyle mess. Give me a hoop that is the same shape, the same width all the way down. Yeah. This is just bad. This is like beer league bad. I mean, this is what happens when one designer comes up with an idea, another designer comes up with an idea. Yeah. And some idiot boss goes, why don't you blend them together? These are like two ideas that got smushed. And I don't care for this. I feel like I felt like Dallas has been they're sitting on, shall we say, kit potential design royalty. And every time they come up with a home kit, they squander the living crap out of it. They have not had a decent home kit in so long. And it's just like, oh my God, just guys, dear Adidas. Yeah.
Give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
For next year's kit. Just 10. Yep. Just 10. I will deliver you the kit that everybody wants for the rest of their lives. It's going to be It's going to be so simple. It's going to be so simple. And that's all it has to be. It just has to be simple.
This is going to be so unflattering to wear because of like the different widths of the like on a hanger. This looks bad. On a person, this is going to be an abomination. So the less we say about it, the better. It sucks. Moving on to something else that just sucks. Garbage. Is this Houston Dynamo garbage bag of a kit. It's garbage. Absolutely awful. I mean, they went to the trouble to design a new badge and then they put it in different shades of gray so that it disappears against the gray camouflage in the kit. Listen, the shirt sponsor is the shirt sponsor. Having a strike through is important for the shirt sponsor, obviously, because the whole idea is they're curing cancer. I'm not going to get mad at that, even though in terms of design, having a strike through. That being said, let's just leave that be. The kit's bad enough on its own. Like it's just, and here we go again. Like the basic shape and fit of this kit we've now seen 50 times already, right? With the crew neck and the half collars and the sort of rounded out bottom and the shoulders and the Adidas 3 stripes on the top. So the fit and finish about this is nothing new whatsoever. We've now seen this 100,000 times. But what's with the Rorschach test? Like, what is going on here? What does this have to do with Houston? This is none of their primary colors except inside the collar where nobody gets to see it. Like, what team is this? Why did they even put orange on the infographic? Because they didn't bother putting orange anywhere else. It's
detail for detail's sake. It's just like, why? And I mean, nothing about this is interesting. It looks like crap camo. It looks like paint blotches that they just just magnify it by 300% and call it done. Like it looks like coffee stains. There's nothing.
It's bad.
I can't find. I want to find something I like about it, and what I like about it is that eventually we're going to move to the next kit. This is the first kit, bar none, in the entire offering.
Yeah,
like to me, it's not even close, and it's not even up for negotiation. It is bad.
It's bad. And if I lived in Bayou City, I'd be incredibly upset that they named the kit after my city, because what are they trying to communicate? That Bayou City is boring and ugly because they success.
Yeah, when I think of the Bayou, I think of sludge. Like, come on.
Work it out. All right. Moving on to this. I know you like it, and I know it's because it has a pink collar. And I'm going to offer that that's just not good enough. It's just not good enough.
It's not.
Like, it's just not. Miami, man, how are you getting it so wrong every goddamn? You've now got the Manatees kit from the Fort Lauderdale Imaginary team. You've now got Forward Madison. I mean, there are teams that are absolutely murdering you at being Miami. And I would argue that the new LAFC kit that you love so much is actually an Inter Miami kit masquerading as a Los Angeles City Football Club kit. This is atrocious. This is so bad. And I'll tell you why. Because they've already suffered through, they had that sort of off-white, slightly pink version of the big red kit that we had in 2019. And if you watched Inter Miami play in it, within 1 minute, you could see the pores on every player because they became threadbare and see-through after 1 minute of game action. This is a training top, and I don't care about the collar. In 1 second, you will know who's wearing the scanner vest and who isn't on Inter Miami. And that is not, as a sweaty guy myself, I will never buy a kit like this ever. It's just not in my wheelhouse. So I hate it. It's pink. That's great. The badge is beautiful. That's great. It's apparently got text from one of Beckham's tattoos on the jock tag. Who cares? Yeah. Make a kit. Do Miami proud. Oh my God, guys, stop it. Stop the madness. Just make the kit that we want already. Oh my God, what is happening here?
This kit hurts so bad. And it's like, okay. One of the things that probably got the most of the positive vote of it was the collar. I don't see enough of those anywhere in general. And you know what? I don't mind seeing it once in a while, and I like it here. Absolutely. And that's great. I feel like they're squandering opportunities because they're afraid to go too pink, which I don't know what the hell that would possibly mean. I don't know. People, it's a color of people. It's just a color. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a lifestyle. It's not a.
It's not a lifestyle. Go
It's
pink.
just a
You're
color,
Miami.
guys.
Go pink.
No,
Go pink.
Ever since the International Declaration of the Heart Foundation Act of 1986, pink is the most masculine color that you can have. So
Absolutely.
right away, that shit should be a lot more richer of a color,
A lot more pinker,
and
Yep.
not look like we put all the white shirts in the laundry with this one red sock and saw what happened. I needed to be like really stand out. I need this, like, if you're gonna go through all of this pomp, style, and circumstance, and you're gonna phone in the thing that, let's be honest,
it's
is the moneymaker.
Miami.
Yeah. Like you say this is a training top. This is a polo that they give out at golf tournaments.
You're
It's
right.
not even something a player would wear for acting.
Yeah,
It's
almost a
nothing.
Macron collar too, because it's like a V-neck that just grew out. Like it's like a V-neck that needs a haircut, basically, right? It doesn't have buttons on the back like Macron does, but it is a weird collar. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't want to spend more time on it because it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't. The LA Galaxy City of Dreams kit. Now, let me open up, because this kit, if I needed to write an argumentative essay on why the differences between authentic and replica and MLS is such a joke, this is my example. And I'm not alone here. This is footy headlines example. This was the Athletics example. On the authentic, that collar has none of the fanfare. The cuffs have none of the fanfare. And without that, it's a white t-shirt. And it's $120 white t-shirt. That being said, this is boring. Now I realize that LA are kind of screwed because they have to, their home kits are white. And that's their identity. But this is, I mean, I love what you said. When you said it looks like the collar is sparkling from a distance. For television, that's probably a great thing. Mm-hmm. And it looked a lot better in real life while I was watching Raheem Edwards do Raheem Edwards things for the new TFC West. That is the Los Angeles Galaxy, but I wouldn't buy it. And the LA Galaxy away from last year was my pick of the litter. So I'm a little upset that they didn't do more with this. But again, they're kind of turf. They're kind of pooched because they can't do more with it. They have, unlike everybody else, their home kits have to be white, so they're limited. What did you give it? You gave it a B. I gave it a C with a huge yawn that actually didn't format correctly for mobile. So when you look at our article, on
it's
mobile,
yawn. Which goes with the whole roundup thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't fix it. I saw it and I said, no, I'm not editing it. I'm just going to let people scroll and ruin all their formatting. But you like it. Obviously with the caveat that compared to their neighbors across town, this is ridiculous. Yeah.
Like I want to believe there's a reality where the kits are independently developed such that you don't know what anybody else is coming out with until it's time for the reveal. And I feel like the Galaxy group were like, okay, this is just different enough. We're going to stand out in a crowd. And then
oops,
they were coming out second to LAFC, and LAFC came out and they
hold my beer.
We need to get out of here immediately. We've been shown up, and
what's that? A unicorn?
Exactly. Distraction, and I feel like that they went for something. They went in on something that's a little kooky, and the thing is, it's faux Real Madrid, and
it is.
Real Madrid does Real Madrid and faux Real Madrid better than anybody, because like their secondary color almost changes year to year, and it does. I hate it and I love it because they always look great. Like it's one year it's a white kit with teal, and then the next year it's a white kit with pink, and then it's just, and it's always, for whatever reason, fresh and crazy. Now here's the thing. They keep doing the whole navy with gold trim. If I'm not mistaken, in the badge, there's another shade. There's like that green that was from the original LA Galaxy swirly badge. Use that.
They should definitely be using that. Unbelievable that they have absolutely
that
right.
as the green collar and go with the navy stripes. And like, I mean, I like the stars just because it's different. It's also, a little on the nose America, like it really just like we need to show we've got stars. Like it just feels like that was part of the argument. Like you could really tap into some kind of nationalism, flag waving silliness.
Well,
and it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And the thing is, this isn't, if this shows up on the next home kit, burn it all down, start over. For a one-off, have it. You're good.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just, for me, it's frustrating because we all know Chicha is going to sell a lot of jerseys, and this is the jersey that he's selling, right? So at the very least, Adidas has their work cut out for them because none of the other collars have stars on them. So, they're going to have to make a lot of starry collars, which probably means that the next MLS kit drop, everybody's going to have a starry collar, all sorts of different colors. So get used to it. Now here we come to your favorite, the boys across town. This is a gorgeous kit. All right. Now I know that I have been less than enthused about it, but let's not mince words here. This is a gorgeous kit. I mean, in terms of what's going on with the Art Deco and all of that stuff, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful kit. Even the Target logo on the sleeve sponsor in the gold is gorgeous. The Flex Power Tools logo in that thick sans serif font with the gold trim is beautiful. I just have a huge problem with Centra badges. It feels Team Geist to me. I can't stand it. I have a huge problem with it. And I also, having been to LA, let me tell you, downtown LA, where they play, is very Art Deco. The rest of LA is not. So for me, this is an Inter Miami kit. And it sucks that not only are USL teams or USL League One teams beating Inter Miami at their own game, but so is Los Angeles at this point with the same kit manufacturer. It boggles the mind. Like if this was an Inter Miami kit, oh my God, they would find, because Inter Miami is an Art Deco wonderland. This would be beautiful. That being said, you can't hate it. And LAFC do play in downtown LA. Unlike LA Galaxy, who don't play in Los Angeles proper.
Pride of Carson. They're the
Pride of Carson. So if anybody's going to claim Deco, it should be Inter Miami. But if anybody else is going to claim it, let it be LAFC. I don't think it's my favorite of the litter, just because I hate Centra badges so much. But I do think it's yours. You gave it an A++.
Yeah. No, it's this is definitely one of the more striking kits on the planet, never mind the league. Like it's might be one of the better kits that have ever come out of MLS. And
wow.
Yeah, it's just because like I feel like for all the infographic bullshit we have to endure with every year, the number grows every time we add a team. Sure. And like this one, you don't even need an infographic.
You're right.
If you don't know, you ain't from here.
Yeah.
I feel like also too, LAFC has really, really went for, we want to be the team of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And they've made
one section of it. Yeah.
but I mean, like they've made an effort to at least try to identify with its neighborhood. Sure. And build off of that. And which is strange because I don't feel like LA Galaxy are like, they're not as, shall we say, brand influency. Mm-hmm. Without Beckham, they're just not. You can sign all the stars you want, but Beckham was a world star and he sold the shirts, not LA Galaxy. This is a team of LA that looks like a team of LA, which wears a team of LA.
You're right.
So I just like, this would look good in a museum. This will look good on your wall. This will look good on your back. This will look good everywhere. Yep. And if I was an LAFC supporter, I'd have already
be over the moon. Yeah, you'd be over the moon. So would I, despite the fact that the center badge drives me crazy. There's no way I'm missing out on this. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely wonderful. And there are minor complaints. And the more I look at it, the more I like it, because it is just an astoundingly tremendous kit. It really, really is. It leaves, and again, what's the name? The 5-year anniversary kit. Like LA don't miss, you know what I mean? Like they named it because they had to. Like, oh, we'll just call it the 5-year anniversary kit. They didn't call it if you happen to live in downtown LA and you've seen the Art Deco buildings, this is the Art Deco kit. Like it's an if you know kind of kit, and that's huge. That's huge.
If you're looking to build your brand to represent your city, your neighborhood, whatever, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're
not
100%
looking for,
right.
let's take this thing and shoehorn it into something else. No, that's what it is. That's what every club in this league should be looking at, that going, we need one like that. That's so on the nose that people immediately identify with without any lines with words attached to it.
So why is this one so much more finished than the rest of the crop? Is it because Will Ferrell walked into Adidas and said, dude, give us a good kit, none of this BS other stuff? Because it's like it's from a different line. Like, this feels like a finished, thought out design where they had a successful boardroom meeting and they all left happy, whereas the rest of them feels like they phoned it in, or they had a meeting where they're like, this is what Adidas giving you 3 choices. Would you like the crew neck or the V-neck option? And they're like, JB, I think I'll take the V-neck option. And they patted themselves on the back. This feels like a 6-month labor intensive design process where, they labored over everything. They put the badge over the chest and they said, oh, but it ruins the unity of that beautiful thing, so let's put it in the center, let's be weird about it. It shows so much more thought and care than anything else in the offering. It just boggles the mind without question.
That is absolutely a senior designer. None of this, hey, you're new here, you get to work on the MLS docket.
No, this is their A team. This is
like you worked on Manchester United for the last 3 years and Bayern Munich for the 2 before that.
Come
here.
Exactly. This is a kit that we'll see next. This is a kit that we'll see next year Bayern Munich wearing a variation of. No, but I'm serious. As opposed to us getting Bayern's designs 2 years later, this is one that's going to go to their showpiece teams after LAFC gets it, which is the complete opposite, right? Like, someone else is going to get a very similar idea, but it's going to localized. All right, everyone, we are back for round 2. I'm going to crack a beer as I finished my first one. And we are going to open up with the Nashville SC homecoming kit. This one,
why would you go home? Why would you? This was the homecoming kit, and you were not from Nashville. I would stay away for another 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
This is not yellow. This is highlighter. This is Bic highlighter. This is what happened to me in grade school when I left my highlighter in my breast pocket and it exploded, and in a white dress shirt. The crossover collar is nice, but a crossover collar is not a good shirt made. The badge disappears, like it disappears. It's anonymous on its own shirt. Once again, they haven't quite finished the cuffs, but instead they put solid black on the opposite side, which has this weird, it just makes the kit heavy in all the wrong places, right? Like the shoulders are sort of floating in thin air, but the cuffs are weighted down like they're wearing concrete shoes, right? Like it's just bad. It's just bad. I gave it more than you did. I gave it a C+ and you gave it a D-. And you gave it a D. Yeah, you hate it, but you also hate it because you preferred the Columbus to it, which is like a battle for last. Last place.
what again, the palettes that this league has, some of them are amazing, and then there's this.
Yeah.
And the problem with this is that unless you knew going into it that Nashville was a highlighter yellow and navy team, looking at this kit looks like a highlighter yellow and black team.
Yep.
And the problem right there is those are their colors. So
they got job.
Like creatively, you've already painted yourself into a corner that's nearly impossible to get out. They need a third color. And I don't mean white, and definitely not black, but they need a third color.
They absolutely do.
Like throw in some orange. Like, just, I don't give a crap. It could be any color. Brown would make this better. Everything would make this better. So because of that, the fact that I'm supposed to know and understand and appreciate that Nashville is a dark navy and yellow team, I can never see that because they are not that. My eyes are telling me that's not what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion. I agree.
And then that's your starting block. So you're starting at like a 1 out of 10. So now you got to try and build off of a 1 out of 10 and desperately try to get to a 4. You didn't. This kit's boring. It's got that weird side paneling pattern thingy that weirdly enough shows up on another team as well, it seems. I can't confirm that they are the same, but just looking at them from the front, I wouldn't be surprised because MLS, Adidas.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
I do feel, I kind of feel bad for Nashville. Like if you're a footy fan and like, oh my God, I can't believe one of these things are coming to my neighborhood. This is amazing. And it's like, God, that's what you just settled on. It's not do focus groups anymore. It's an Uggers. It's Uggers.
Here's the kit that I can't stand because all I see is Josie Altidore struggling up the staircase wearing it. That's all I see, pulling a hamstring, walking up the staircase wearing it. Once again, you've got that mishmash. You've got the FC Cincy mishmash. So you've got that sheer fabric that's got the sublimated printing. In this case, also looks like sweat stains. And it's a blue shirt. I mean, the only thing that rescues this is that hit of red that lines the collar that of course you don't get in the replica. So with this one you're either spending $200 or nothing. And again, I don't know what's going on with this photograph, but doesn't it look boxier than any other kit? Like it's almost like it looks like a child-sized junior kit. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really boxy in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
But I can't hate it because that's a nice shade of blue. That's a nice shade of red. There's nothing wrong with it. I really, really don't like their new badge. I know some people do. What is it called? The rondelle? What's the proper? Yeah, rondelle. Yeah. I mean, now every MLS badge is a rondelle, and like they used to be crests and like it's.
To be fair, a ton of clubs around the planet have rondelles.
You're right.
It's not just an MLS thing. I don't even know where it feels. There is somebody had started the trend, and I don't remember who, but yes, they're all they're. It's an epidemic.
Yeah, it's an epidemic, and this looks like the Kansas City Royals logo. Like, I'm sorry, like it doesn't. It feels inside baseball to me. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like the unfinished cuffs are invisible because they match the basic shirt template. My fear with this one is the same as with all the ones that feature this material. They're very, very sheer and very, very billowy, and they tend to bunch up in all the wrong places on anybody that isn't a athlete with 0% body fat. So how this dances gives me pause.
Yeah,
what do you think?
That's fair. I mean, I feel that the new badge has really skewered it just ever so slightly for me. Like I do like the new badge, and I feel like the weird 90s-esque stereotype badge that they had gotten past the point of mockery, derision to like, no, this is us. And then they pulled the trigger of updating it. Probably should have done that 10 years ago. 15.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, we're here now. This kit, like, I feel like if you're going to go through all the effort of a rebrand, you might want to try and
do something more.
Yeah, do just something else. I mean, I like Chicago, they kind of tried to do something else. So with their new badge,
incidentally, the same shade of blue. Incidentally.
I wouldn't want to put them side by side. It would ruin
them. No, you'd ruin them. Absolutely.
But like just throw in some red pinstripes. Like just throw in.
Oh yeah, throw in some red pinstripes.
Like a not even. It doesn't even have to be. It could be thicker. Like then it doesn't have to be. I mean, I would love to see red navy blue, like equally thick stripes.
Oh my god,
that would be
so bonkers. Would I.
Yeah. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a consumer who would actually buy some of this crap. That's the thing. I buy a lot.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of kits of teams I have zero emotional attachment to because
Yeah,
it
you do.
looks nice. I like it because it looks nice. So this
Make
will
it
never
look
be
nice.
it because it isn't
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So here's the New York Red Bulls one Ritmo kit, spelled in the worst way possible for maximum hipster potential. I'm just going to directly quote my write-up because I loved it. New York Red Bulls 2020 away. They got the Onyx kit that we deserved at TFC. New York Red Bulls 2022 home. They have the Columbus Crew kit that Columbus Crew deserves in red. This is a Columbus Crew kit. Would the New York Red Bulls maybe get their own identity for once? Like, what is going on here? This is a Columbus Crew kit in red. I do not remember checks as a design element of New York Red Bulls. And maybe that could be that I've been watching Salzburg and Leipzig for too long, but I don't ever remember that ever being a part of their design ethos.
I feel like the white kit had them, like their current white kit has them.
Oh yeah,
or the one before it. It's not like a regular thing, but it has like shown up and then disappeared and showed up, and it's subtle, but like I like this from afar. Up close, it looks silly because you'll see that it looks like scribbles, and then it looks like it's got a drop shadow of scribbles.
Yep.
That just looks like something somebody did in high school Photoshop when they discovered what drop shadow was. Like, oh, look what I can. And that's fine. Like on TV from a distance, this will probably look really nice. I have not seen this in action yet. I don't know if they wore it, but
no, I don't. Yeah, they probably did, but I didn't watch the game.
Yeah. But because sometimes the effect is the distance. It's not the up close. So I'm willing to give this a lot more leeway than my esteemed colleague here. And it's fine. Like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, my issue is, so the checks are so subtle that you don't see them on the top half of the shirt in this picture, which means that in bright sunlight they disappear, which is probably a bad idea for a sport that's played outdoors, mostly in sunlight. That being said, it'll look great in your closet, I guess. Enough about that. The Volt kit. Now, this is one of my favorites because it is insane. It's insane. And I like insanity. I even like the dude. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of dude wipe jokes in the last 2-3 weeks, like lots and lots of mileage. They follow me on Twitter, and every time I make a really questionable dude wipes reference, they're right there liking it. So obviously they know that they're leaning into the absurd, the dude wipes people. But this is a great kit. And I wrote I have no idea where Voltage and NYCFC meet and why they get to claim electricity as club iconography. I watched the game, and apparently their newest supporters group that they've now officially recognized wears this orange and does the Electric City thing. So this is in tribute to a supporters group, which is pretty great. Because it's NYCFC, and they're not recognizing that other supporters group that they have that nobody likes. So I'm very good. I'm very good with this one that doesn't have questionable politics. This is a great kit. It really is. I love that orange. I love the sort of the way that that really solid blue kind of diffuses into the orange, and then you've got that just mental solid line running down the center of the kit. I mean, again, I would put this up with the LAFC one. Like, this is a senior designer doing senior designer things, well, really showing up the amateurs in there. Is it the best thing I've ever seen? Absolutely not. But does it stand out in this crop of kits? 100 million%.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, I've always held that your away kit should be the one where you go have some fun.
Yeah,
just go nuts, go bananas. Yeah. It's totally okay. And this is a great example of it. Like, my issue with it, and it's the usage of gradients on these things, especially when we have such two polarizing colors. I can't stop looking at that and going, what was that supposed to be? Is it supposed to look like that the orange part is elevated and the part is sunken? Well, like, it's like I don't like that because the contrast is too great. It's too much of a stretch.
It really is.
And I can't stop looking at it. And that's probably the one thing that's really like weighed it down. I love how the orange is just dark enough that the white pops. I love how the orange is still bright enough that the navy pops. I do love the zigzag. I love how this is the weirdest thing that I noticed. And I love it where the navy part meets up at the top left of the shoulder and it touches the white contrast against the collar contrast.
I know
3 different colors and you can see them popping off each other.
Yeah.
This is amazing color scheme. It really is. But that,
I mean, the badge, the
NYCFC
badge is so nice. It's like got its own little corner of the world there, and it's perfect. You know what I mean? But yeah, the diffusion, I guess it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you, because if you put a solid line in there, it's blocky. But I think the trend for the diffusion is getting a little played out. I gave it a B+. You gave it a C, which is kind of a segue to the Orlando kit, which you loved. And I absolutely cannot stand. I cannot stand it. It looks like the wreckage of the Titanic. It's just like steel girders everywhere and badness. And then you spilled your omelet, like you just made a mess on the like. It's just, can you imagine looking down at yourself wearing this kit and going, what was I thinking? Like, it's just too much color everywhere. On the hanger, it's not bad, but I would never wear it. I would never, ever wear this. And I imagine this is the reason that Nanny left. He saw the designs and was like, no, thanks. No, thank you. I don't want this.
You want me to wear what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. So one of the things that I always really appreciate with kits, and you don't see it so much in MLS because it's staggered, right? You get one year, the next one the next year, and there's always a new kit comes out, but it's only one. So when kits look like a set, that to me, like that, it doesn't happen all that often, but when it does, I'm like,
fair.
Ooh, that's nice. So the home kit that they're currently wearing, that they're on year 2 of this season, is it's purple with a darker purple that has sun rays coming out. The rays are a lot thinner. Put that beside that, and that looks like the proper away kit of their kit.
Bonus points. You convinced me. I like it.
And I when I saw this, like, okay, so you got that. So you've got now the match of the home kit. Now there's the bonkers
like
part
your
of it.
Style.
The sun rays is just like, what were you thinking? I love it. It's insane. Like, and I genuinely hate Orlando's other color in there, like that. I call it peanut butter brown.
It's bad. It's terrible. It's bad. It's terrible. Yeah.
But these sun rays give me hope, which is weird because that's what sun rays tend to do for a lot of people.
Truth.
It's like, that's not the peanut butter brown. It's orange. It's gold. And it's like, wow, this is what it could be. It's never going to be, but it just works so well for me. And I'll be honest with you. When I first looked at it, I was like, what the hell were you thinking? Legit. What the hell were you thinking? And then I looked at the home kit. I'm like, oh my God, this is magic. So if it was standalone, Jeff, I totally see what you're seeing.
You know what? You convinced me. I like it.
Because I compare it with as the whole team, what they wear home and away. It's like, man, you're insane to hate this. That looks like it belongs there. Full marks.
I like it. Full marks. All right. The For You kit by the Bimbos. Honestly, not much to dislike about this kit. Not much to dislike about it. You can't call it. Can you call it a sash or is that a stripe
I just go with racing stripe because like that's
racing stripe.
I see on race cars and motor.
Yeah. I mean, the shirt sponsor is Tragedy, but they're one of the biggest bakeries on the planet. Therefore, they're going to sponsor.
It's no longer like their corporate colors as it used to be in the first couple of years, where it was against the navy, sky blue. Like it was like color overload. This is terrible. What contract did you guys sign?
Yeah, it must have been pretty lucrative. Yeah. But yeah, like, this is really nice. Nobody else has a racing stripe this year. The way that the badge kind of is scaled a little bit higher so it doesn't disappear in the racing stripe is very nice. Once again, we're dealing with this sublimated material crap, and I don't exactly know what shapes it makes out other than just kind of looking waxy in this picture. But, it's got that Arsenal crossover collar that the kids love so much. And It's beautiful. That shade of blue is gorgeous. That shade of gold is gorgeous. The full color badge works. That shade of blue, that baby blue, is magnifique. I mean, we're talking baby blue Blue Jays unis there. It's lovely. You know, is it in my top 5? Absolutely not. When it dropped, before we saw some of the other kits, I thought, wow, this is going to be great. This year is going to be great for MLS kits. But now that I've seen them all, this one falls quite a bit. And I'll tell you why. I hate that separation between the racing stripe and the blue before you reach the gold stripe on the side. That was unnecessary. I want it to go all the way up. I know it's a tiny little detail, but it drives me bonkers. It drives me absolutely bonkers because then it's unstuck in time. Like if you're going to do that, then on the bottom have that little hemline and the stripe, right? Do the same thing that you did at the top to the bottom and make it, sort of float in the shirt. But this way you're making it feel heavy, and it's almost like dragging the player down. Like everybody's the Quasimodo kind of styles. And I just don't dig it. Do you have anything else to add there?
I think the thing that I really appreciate, so like I love the idea of them doing the bib / Ajax patterns, the first one, but I never thought that they did theirs right. There was just always something off. That much gold, like the gold as a trim, great. The gold as a major visual piece was just what the hell are you thinking? And it was just, the contrast is too much. The shades were a little weird. This is perfect. Like I don't, not to say that they need to be the racing stripe team, but like this is like, if they did a variant of this in 2 years, I would probably be like, you guys are nailing it. You guys are really nailing this home. I'm glad that stripe though does make its return, because again, the bib, good in concept, not in practice. I felt, not in execution. This kind of brings it back, but it uses it far more effectively. So
yeah. I agree. Moving on to what is probably my favorite of the run. This is a glorious kit. This is the Portland Timbers Heritage Rose kit. It's their away stripe. This is fashion, man. This is pure fashion. This is a gorgeous looking kit. If I had to complain, and I know you're going to bring up the color is not quite rose, but if I had to complain, it's that the badge is totally disappears here. Like it just does. It's like when you buy a kit, like remember we bought the soccer piggies kit, the Lameno jerseys, and the badge
over there.
And the badge was actually part of the shirt. Like it wasn't even stitched. It wasn't the plastic. It was just part of the shirt. I dare you to tell me that that's not the case here, right? Like and again, this could be a good thing. Like this, someone could argue that that's great. The badge just is part of this, but in the whole desire to be fashion, they kind of forgot that this is a soccer shirt and that a team has to play in it. And I don't know what team this is. Is it Alaska Airlines? Is it Adidas? Because that just looks like some part of the kit. I was worried that it would be see-through when you play in it, but I watched the Timbers play in it, and I can report that it isn't, which is amazing.
That's good.
It's a beautiful shirt, but is it an away kit or is it a third kit in a league that doesn't have third kits? And that's my issue with this. As a third kit, this is a grand slam home run. As an away kit, this may be too bonkers. This may be too zany.
I can totally see that argument. I could totally see that approach. I mean, I do appreciate this fits the bonkers mold. This is kind of what I'm looking for. Yes, I'm a stickler of the color. That's nobody's.
If someone tried to sell you a rose in that color, you would say no, thank you.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? Can I get a fresh one? That one's clearly about to die.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fine. Like I get it. They're trying to do a color scheme. Somebody pitched it to them. They loved it. Sure. Fill your boots. This is really pretty. Like, and that's not something I usually throw. That's not a word I normally attach to a kit, but this is pretty. This is really pretty kit. And that is a compliment. I genuinely love this. Much to your point, if this showed up in a mystery box, I would not be upset at it.
I'd be doing backflips, around my house. Yeah.
Wow. That is the best. That is some of the best mystery kitting I've ever done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is definitely a winner. I feel like Portland. I don't know how much of their influence they have on design and input, but they seem to do a better job of
They don't miss. Yeah,
with as compared to most of the league.
Mhm.
I would almost say the rest of the league.
I agree.
They've had some absolute bangers, both home and away. So like full
Just
marks,
bangers. Yeah, full marks. This is gorgeous. I mean, it really is. And since we're on the subject of mystery kits, there is a company called Away Days out of, now I'm going to forget. I think it's Boston. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is Boston.
Somewhere on the East Coast.
Martin from Away Days is doing a mystery box that is entirely MLS kits. It won't be any of the kits from this drop, but you might luck out and get one of those LA Galaxy away kits from last year. And it's like $33 American plus like a pretty decent amount of shipping. You should probably support him. He's a really nice guy. I've given him a lot of business. I think you have as well, Marcus. And
I've balked a number of times, and it's not because it's okay. It's mostly because I'm a big guy. I don't know if that comes through on this little headshot, but I'm a big guy. So a lot of those kits, like, you know, if they say it's a 3XL, it's like, what company? Because that really makes a
if it's a Charlie 3XL, then no one's wearing it.
If it's an Adidas 3XL, I've got a chance. If it's a Macron 3XL, it'll fit.
Forget about it.
Just one leg, and it's only one.
Yeah,
it does.
exactly.
So I do know from like just seeing people revealing what they've got. He's got good stuff, man. He's got some good product in there. So
yeah, you got good dead stock to throw around. It's worth a shot, man. For $33 American, it's insanity. This kit is really growing on me. The Real Salt Lake, the Believe kit. I mean, I got a little cheeky in my review. I said I believe this is a repurposed Spanish national team kit, and it is. But like you say, sure, they look like Spain, but Spain doesn't have a kit this nice yet. Yeah, this is a very nice kit. Far be it for me to bring up, and I'm going to bring it up. Why does Real Salt Lake also want to copy the Spanish national team kit? Like, does the city have zero identity that they have to borrow the royal seal of the Spanish crown to name
their basketball teams named after music that they don't play? Never forget.
Oh yeah, the Utah Jazz. What is going on with that state, man? This is a great kit. And the more I look at it, the more I love it. That collar and those cuffs are insane. That is the nicest of the crossover collars of this drop. It is that shade of red is gorgeous. I hate the shirt sponsor. It may just be the way it's photographed, but why is it so big that it curves around? Like it does. Like, can't you just lower it? Can't you just scale it down a little bit so that it ends at the Adidas and the badge and doesn't sort of roll over to the interior? But the complaints are very minute for this one, and unlike most kits that I liked and then looked at for longer than 5 seconds and said, actually, this is crappy. This one was the complete inverse, where I looked at it at first and I said, man. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I would love my team to wear this kit. This is a beautiful kit. Yeah.
I struggled to find fault with this. Like, it's just, it's balanced nice. I can't stop. And I don't gush over collar colors and cuff colors. They're just trim. But when a good one hits you, then you realize, exactly. Yeah. It's just like the equal widths of the red, then the blue, then the gold, then the blue.
Yeah.
It's
massive. Dude, it's massive. It's the best thing about the kit. It's the best thing about the kit. Yeah.
Like I've found myself gravitating towards RSL kits quite often because their colors are so good to work with. You can do so much with it. And they short of getting a crappy overused template, they don't make a lot of missteps.
You're right.
Is flawless.
It's pretty tremendous. It's pretty tremendous.
Somebody who is a fan of RSL is watching this video,
please send us two.
What's wrong with you for not getting one? Honestly, you will regret not getting one. This is the nicest kit you've ever had, and you've had some good ones. Mm-hmm. You've had some ones where I've gushed over them. This is better than this.
Is wonderful. Just peel off the Life Vantage.
If you can do
a little bit smaller. we're in business here. I gave it a B minus. You gave it an A plus. Moving on to absolute garbage. The San Jose Earthquakes creator kit. This is a white t-shirt, and they created a plain white t-shirt. Let's celebrate. This isn't worth $50. The fact that they want you to pay $200 for it is highway robbery. This is the most phoned in kit I've ever seen. What is going on the inseam with like the zebra pattern? It's not nice. It's a detail. Like, I'd almost prefer it to just be more white at this point. Like, what are you doing on the inseam there? You ruined a plain white t-shirt. That's not possible. This is like Inception level crap right now. Like, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad.
Okay, so
and yet you gave it a B minus.
So for those of you who didn't read the article but are watching this, I gave it a B minus.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Okay. So as much as I hate a plain white shirt, a white shirt with black trim is probably the best way to salvage that. Honestly,
absolutely. Who doesn't have a ringer collar? Who doesn't love a white t-shirt with a ringer collar?
White with red, it's boring. White with blue, it's boring. White with black, okay, you've classed it up as much as you're going to possibly class it up. Okay.
Yep.
And if this would be a D kit without question if the Quakes logo wasn't monochrome. If they went with their full color color badge, garbage the whole thing. You didn't create shit. You really didn't. You did create shit. You didn't.
You created shit.
Let me correct myself. Mm-hmm. It's simple. It's boring. It's definitely not a $150 kit. It's not a $200 kit. It's a $50 kit. This is definitely a clearance rack buy. I would absolutely get this as a clearance rack buy, but no.
I look at the inseam and then I go, no, thank you. What is going on there? Like, what is going on that inseam? I don't want to talk about this kit anymore. It's terrible. I hate it.
I did like it.
You know what other kit I hate? This Seattle Sounders kit, the Legacy Green kit. It is an eyesore. It hurts my brain. I can't make sense of it. On TV, it's going to bother me. Like, this is a migraine. This is like walking into the Home Depot and just being like, give me those fluorescents for 4.5 hours. Just let the flicking fluorescents give me the migraine that I'll never recover from. Yeah. This is like going to Canadian Tire specifically to ask the staff where to find something. That's what this kit is. This kit is the approximation of a stroke. Like, I don't like it. It's really bad. And like you said in your review, now Seattle only has crazy kits. They've got the Jimi Hendrix monstrosity, which, some people like. I'm not one of those people. And then they've got this. They've got this Labyrinth Escher staircase monstro. Like, what is happening here? What is going on? Like, it feels like a mad fold-in. It's just so bad. It's so bad. I don't get it. Like, what? Please explain this kit to me.
All right. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try.
Thank you.
So I feel like, okay. So one of the things I full disclosure, I love Seattle's colors. I've always loved Seattle's colors.
Rave green. We'll fight and we'll win. Yeah.
The green, but that blue is amazing too. They work so well hand in hand, to the point where like t-shirts and zip ups are things I would be like, wow, those are nice. Like, that's how much I love the colors. So with that being said, this pattern is bonkers. True.
Bonkers.
I don't understand why it needed to be checkers that look like they took a photograph of the book, the centering the spine, going towards the spine. And then they like, I don't know what optical illusion you thought you were doing, but somebody should have intervened and just said, listen,
this kit needs an intervention. That's 100%.
Listen, Jerry, you've gone too far. I don't mind the pattern so much. I feel like I kind of feel like the fact that it only goes like 3/4 of the width of the shoulders. It's just like,
you got 10 more seconds, Mark. I can't look at it anymore. I'm going to pass out. I honestly
go the whole way. Here's though one of the good things about it.
Yeah,
that sponsor's completely washed out.
Thank thank whatever God you believe in, honestly.
Yeah,
but like
that's a plus.
But no, it isn't, because trying to finish the cursive means I have to look harder at that pattern, which hurts my brain even more. If this kit hurts me to look at, and that can't be a positive. We're moving on because
if I have to focus on what it says, what's the point of having anything there to say?
Don't tell Zully, because they'll pull their sponsorship money, and then Seattle will be very, very sad.
What does that say to you? Next, please.
Next, please. So obviously we've missed the State Line 1.0 and 2.0 kit, because we're at the State Line 3.0 kit. And I think that this is a mulligan, and I'm very much looking forward to the State Line 4.0 kit, where they maybe finally get it right. This is atrocious. At the very least, the sublimated printing is legible here, because they're using proper numerals that you can discern from the naked eye. But it's an area code. I don't get it. Can they please bring back those Argyle kits? The 2013-14 Sporting Kansas City run of kits, and they had a third kit that year, is my favorite treble of kits in the history of MLS. They were all amazing. I wish I lived in Kansas City in 2013, 2014, just so that I could support the team and buy those kits, because they are fabulous. This is not.
Yeah, I would also like to put a in order for the navy sky blue hoopy kit that they had the one year.
Oh, so nice.
Which was Wiz notwithstanding, the best kit they've ever had, until they came out with the one that replaced it, which was navy, and it had thicker pinstripes. Widely spread out.
They have great kits. Absolutely. This is garbage.
And they were beautiful kits. I hate this team. This team's got terrible colors, and they had beautiful kits. Make it make sense. So this, I'm Jeff. I'd like to apologize to you right now.
Yeah.
A C was generous. I should never have given. Yeah. This should have been like a D plus.
I didn't give any Fs this year, because that's just mean. But no, there are a lot of Ds here.
Houston kit. Let's go back and do this is okay. So like, again, when I'm talking about, let's put in things that mean something to the community. Let's do a water tower. Let's do Art Deco. See, those are meaningful things.
Yeah. An area code.
Area code is like, this is kind of the thing I kind of like cringe every time somebody says the 6.
Yeah.
I'm not from Toronto, full disclosure, but from an outsider looking in, it's like, you couldn't even say the other 2 fucking numbers in your was it that hard?
Yeah.
In this, it's like, hey, what now? Kansas City's it's fun, because Kansas City is actually in Missouri, where most of the city is, and in Kansas, where a very small chunk of the city is, but where their stadium sits.
Yep.
So we got to do something to appease both. Do you? I don't think you do.
I don't think you did. You did.
And
look at what you've wrought upon the world. Look at what you've unleashed. Look at what you've birthed. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, this is like, we read one comment in the feedback box and we just ran with it.
Yeah, and you never do that. You never do that. You gotta have bigger cojones than that. Yeah.
You deleted that. That's what that is what interns are for. Why did that get escalated? It should have just died on the vine.
Yep. Absolutely. Somebody wanted an area code in our kit, right in the delete bin. That goes straight to junk mail. That never gets escalated up the I hate it. This is a really bad kit. This is a really bad
non-effort. It really is.
It really is. It really is.
They would have been better served if they just went pinstripes with that shape. Would have been a far better kit. No numbers, no message. Just go pinstripe with a weird angle on it and just go across the kit. And it would have been like, okay, yeah, you know what? I see it because it's in the badge. Well done. Next.
Guess where we are. Guess where we are now, Marcus.
Are we in the 6?
Yeah, we're in the 6.
Oh, God.
We're in the 6, Marcus. So what to say about the community kit? The name is tragic. And we can agree that name should never have been associated with the black and white kit. Yeah. When we're trying to pimp the cultural mosaic that is the city, calling a monochromatic black and white kit the community kit was a terrible idea. And we'll leave it at that. Listen, I'm going to own this kit. Whether I own it now or when it's on fire sale really depends on how much money I have at any given time. I am carrying a balance of Garber bucks or MLSE bucks, and I might depending on how many iced teas or ciders I have at the game, I might leave with one a lot earlier than I intended. Which speaks very, very poorly on my impulse control, but that's a me problem, not a he problem. I thought I'd like this kit more. I thought when I saw them playing in it that the light bulb would go off, but unfortunately it didn't. And seeing it in action made me dislike it a little bit more than I thought I would. And I don't know why. In our review, we actually opened up the floor to WTR's own Christopher Funk, who owns this kit. He was lucky enough to get one. It's in his possession. And he sent us iPhone photos of what the material looks like. And I must say, it looks different than in the photograph. It's got that mesh back that you see on the authentic all for one kit. And it's got like the frontal material, or the material has way more detail to it. It's got way more panache up close. But again, we just tore a strip out of the Columbus kit for being one that you have to use opera glasses to get to. So I'm not going to homer it out and say, well, this one doesn't suffer the same fate. Come on, you Reds on the inside collar. Again, where's the red? It's in the badge, but nowhere else. The cuffs aren't finished. Finish the cuffs, boys. Finish the cuffs, boys. I can't say I hate it because I'm a homer, but I'm certainly liking it a lot less the more I see it. And I wonder how you feel about that.
I will say that at first glance, I liked it. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I feel like MLS really, whether they deliberately try to distance themselves from it or they just ignore it as if, why would we do that? Are like your sashes, your quarters, your half and halves, your hoops, your stripes, your sashes, just those common patterns that you see on kits fucking everywhere. Just everywhere. And I mean, it doesn't, as much as I would love to see there'd be 2 or 3 teams that actually have active stripes as their look, and 1 or 2 that have hoops and somebody with quarters. That's obviously not going to happen. I mean, I'm hopeful for St. Louis because that quarter purple pink, sign me up. Just sign me up.
Yeah.
Give it to me right now. I'll pay for it. But seeing a half and half, I kind of like it. It always this is almost nostalgia to me in the sense that I see half and half kits when reading shoot magazines to watching it on DAZN.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
For years and years, I've seen this. So like, this is like, oh wow, there's now one of these.
We got one
for my team.
Yeah, right. We got one
for my side. So like, this kind of excites me. So immediately I've already started. It started at an unfair advantage because it's already like, this is mine. This is what I'm like. So I'm excited. Now, to your point, what you said of liking it less after watching the game, somebody had made a comment. I apologize if it was you, but you were spot on. They should have had the half and half on the back. Now I know they would never have allowed it. MLS would never have approved of that. Adidas would never have gone with it. But you're right. That would have made it a much better kit because from the back it looks ordinary as fuck.
Ordinary. But I like the I do listen, like this. Listen, I'm gonna own it. That's a foregone conclusion. And I like the splash of color on the badge. I wish the cuffs were finished. I got to be honest with you. It's driving me crazy that black doesn't run the length of the cuffs. It is what it is, right? Like, I really, Charlie said this and unfortunately it's all I think about now. When the infographic came out and they said, this is light onyx, he wrote in the Slack chat, I feel like they use that term specifically to piss Nesker off. And I think he may be right. Probably because it drives me mental. That's not light onyx. That's gray, guys. It's gray. It's gray. In the same way that everybody was like, the Unity kit is white. And everybody that had seen it is like, no, you're insane. It's a gray kit. That's gray. Now, where does it, this is my problem with this kit, is that it actually forced me to think about TFC's away kits and realize that most of them are garbage. Most of them are absolutely terrible. Like there's the Onyx one. There's the one that nobody likes except the players, and now me, the one that had the impact blue stripe that
like
everyone couldn't. I think it's shit hot now in retrospect.
It was striking. It was very striking.
Yeah. So people are now trying to contextualize it and like, where does this land in all-time TFC away kits? Knowing full well that nothing ever beats the Onyx. Where does it land?
It's middle.
And what's bothering me is that people are like, oh, it's way better than the Unity kit. I would wear 1,000 Unity kits over this. I love the Unity kit over this. I think the Unity kit is a barnstormer over this. So in a way, now this kit probably makes TFC fans want to go get the bargain basement Unity kits to wear, which in a roundabout way clears out the dead stock so everybody wins. But like, it is what it is. I'm gonna own it. Everyone hates it. It gets the lowest marks on all the neutral gradings. Like the footy headlines absolutely ripped it 16 new assholes. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you gave it a B plus. I gave it a B plus. You took away a plus and gave it a B. And Chris gave it a B as well. It's a B kit, and that's good enough. Let's close it out. Let's close it out with a kit that easily wins the hipster Olympics for worst name ever. It's the Hoop X This City kit. And Vancouver, stop it. Just stop it. I mean, seriously, stop it. Just call it. You're drunk. Go home.
Go home.
Listen, you convinced me with, what kit was it? The Orlando kit, that there is a value in a sort of unity between kits. And if that is the case and we're awarding points, Vancouver has a walk-off home run here. This is the complete opposite of their home kit. If you put it beside each other, it's splendiferous, or whatever word I'm trying to come up with. This is a beautiful kit.
Make one up. It's fine.
This is a beautiful. I mean, our friend of the show, Alan Gorman, can't stand this kit. I don't know why. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kit. The name notwithstanding, I hate the name. But I love this kit. I don't. That solid bar with the Bell logo is problematic. One, because the Bell logo as a word mark, the more you look at it, the uglier it gets. Like, if you look at it straight on, you're like, oh, Bell, I like it. But when you look at it really hard, those two thin, spindly little L's like mushed up against that E with the weirdo B, and it's too small, and it's too like, width-wise, it's not wide enough, and height-wise, it's too high for that little band. Like, it sort of rests uncomfortably in that band, and the band itself, like, it's kind of in the wrong place. Like, it should maybe be like an inch higher or a couple inches lower. But these are minor complaints, Marcus. These are minor complaints. What do you think about it? I gave it a B minus. You gave it a B. Oh, I gave it a B. You gave it a B minus.
Yeah. I again, like, I love a set. This is a set. I think it was one of the review sites that kind of had like more zoomed in photos of it. And what really kind of, if I wish I'd never looked at it, because I probably would have made this B plus.
Yeah.
But because I looked at it and they showed more zoomed in photos of what the front of the kit is. So like the light blue band and the white hoop are different fabric panels.
Oh no.
I'm hoping it was just wherever they got those photos and they're printed on or sublimated on. I'm hoping that's the case, but they were different. Like, the white's got that meshy fabric, like little pinholes in them.
Oh, ew.
And yeah, so this is the thing. Like, it's like, I wish I hadn't found out what went into the sausage, because now I don't want it.
Yeah.
And I'm because this is just one site, one set of photos, until I have it in my hands.
I trust you, buddy.
I can't fully go like, well, because this. So it's like, it's a little, it was a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
But like this, like, the photo's fine. Like, this is a perfectly fine kit. But if I was holding it in my hand, wanting, like, as say a neutral, like, I own a White Caps kit because
Civil Play Sports has them for $20.
Oh no, I forget what some site was selling them. They were
Oh, I remember the
Yeah,
shenanigans
it was
you
like
pulled.
it was like $50.
Yeah.
It's gonna end up costing $50
Say no more.
with printing all in. And the reason why I got it is because it had red lettering on the back, which was just
gorgeous.
made it like
tremendous,
planetary,
beautiful.
So yeah, I have one. So I do like, I genuinely like Whitecaps look. And
I do too.
And just I don't want to find reasons to not like it, because I love that
that's a hell of a reason though. If there's like a big patch of see-through mesh in the midsection, that's a deal breaker for me there, pal.
No, I and again, I totally understand. It was just kind of like, oh
yeah.
And it's hard to do that. Like when it's like, you don't meet your heroes. You find out that the musician you like is a bit of a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That really sours the fact I've got 9 albums. Like Jeff knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, so like it's kind of like that. So that's where I kind of had to scale back my rating a bit, because like but otherwise it's, again, it belongs with the home kit. They're best of friends. They look great.
They are best friends. Two great tastes that taste great together. Well, that brings us to the end of our broadcast day, Marcus. Do you have any closing thoughts? I mean, I said it was going to be a half hour. It's not. This is totally going to be an hour-long thing, and I'm going to have to edit like crazy tomorrow. But it's going to be worth it because I think we really did ourselves proud here.
No, did good work here today.
Yeah, we did good today. I guess to end, favorite for you, LAFC.
Yeah, it's LAFC, and I really got to give a shout to that Cincy kit. Like, I would like. What's weird is that though the LAFC one is beautiful, if Adidas wanted to send me a free kit because of this amazing video and these articles, I'd probably take the Cincy kit.
Really?
Because like the LA one just looks. I don't want to say it's too nice for me, but it's too nice for me to wear it. That's something I would like legit
hang up. Yeah.
When I hang it up, I want to just go, wow, that looks better on the wall than it does on me. That Cincy kit is fire, and I genuinely love it.
I think for me, it's kind of a dead heat between the New York City Volt kit and that beautiful Portland kit. My least favorite has got to be that San Jose.
Did you want to look at the Houston kit one more time?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Houston one. The Houston one's really garbage.
I'll physically fight you. Physically fight you, Jeff. I'm not a violent person. All right. I will fight you.
All right. Let us know in the comments, either on this here video or on the 2-part article on Waking the Red. You can follow Kit Nerd Mark at Kit Nerd Mark on the Twitter machine. Am I doing it right? I've listened to enough of your day job that I'm trying to do this verbatim.
And I've been your host, Kristen Knowles.
Yes.
This is Pavlovian, folks. We do a podcast, vocalminority.ca. It's on all platforms. Feel free to
all platforms. If you have 2.5 hours of your life that you want to spend on a weekly basis listening to these guys banter about football.
I was going to say, if you have time, make sure you've got even more, and then come listen, because we don't do. We tried to do a short one and still ended up 80 minutes. Okay,
I know.
I know. We try, but we're just bantery silliness. Our Twitter is pretty good too. Like
vocalminority.ca
on the Twitter,
and at Kit Nerd Mark. Not spelled with the Q or anything. It's as phonetic as possible.
There's a whole. That's an inside joke because I used to have a different Twitter handle.
Nobody cares.
Well, Jeff, you brought it the up. So
you can follow me on Jeffrey P. Nesker at Twitter. I do stuff for Waking the Red. Marcus, this was a pleasure. We will talk to you soon, and thank you so much.
This has been a pleasure, Jeff. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for doing this. This was great.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you on the flip. Stop recording.